to City Island here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for tonight's USL matchup, soccer-wise, with Harrisburg City Islanders going up against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. The City Islanders with a record of 2-3-3 and 9 points. On the other side, a rejuvenated Pittsburgh Riverhound team at 4-4-2. And an important matchup here tonight in this Battle of Pennsylvania as these two teams really get ready to go at it here this evening. Gary Sutton alongside with Charlie Giroux. And tonight, a big night for the City Islanders. They played very, very well the other night, getting the goal at the end of the game by Johnny Mendoza to tie it up in the last minute. An exciting game, tying Charleston up the other night in a game where Charleston only won out of first place at that time, Charlie. Really a fantastic opportunity.
And Charleston now occupying first place in the league, Gary, and clearly one of the best sides around. City Island should be very happy in some respects with the other night, but again, that momentary lapse that has plagued them for many seasons was there on Saturday night. The difference this time, they came back. Tonight, a real opportunity against this Pittsburgh side, which, as you say, has rejuvenated a team that struggled last season, now one of the leaders in the league.
Well, back on April 29th, Pittsburgh beat these very same City Islanders 1-0 in Pittsburgh. One of the reasons why was number 11, Corey Herzog, who has 5 goals already this season for a rejuvenated Pittsburgh Riverhound team. They're looking pretty sharp so far at 4-4-2, and Herzog one of the main reasons, Charlie.
No question about it. A guy can strike early and strike hard. They're going to have to mark him very tightly. I will have to say a word about the coaching of the Pittsburgh side in their rejuvenation, led by Dave Brandt, an old friend of mine with roots here in the Mid-State.
Messiah College, or those roots that he has. On the other side, Rashid Olibi scored the other night with a goal that may be the best one of the year here for the City Islanders. Was ranked this week as the 9th best goal in the USL. And Charlie and I sat here and said, I'd like to see the first 8 because this one was unreachable in the upper left-hand corner of the net. Olibi with a huge goal early in the game that staked the City Islanders to an early lead. They kept that until the 67th minute, and then in the 67th and 68th minute had 2 goals scored against them, but showed the mettle to come back at the end and tie it up in a big match. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight here on Invicta, because we've got an outstanding group here and really a noteworthy person in that lineup. Sean Lewis, the goalkeeper for City Islanders today, wearing number 21, is getting his first start, period. He has not started the game yet. Obviously, Brandon Miller not playing here tonight. On the other side, Trey Mitchell, number 30 for Pittsburgh, a very, very capable guy in the goal. He has been stingy throughout the course of this year. And keep your eye again on Herzog tonight. He is wearing number 11. He's down there at the bottom. Johnny Mendoza, who had the tying goal the other night, has been a spark plug for these teams lately, for the City Islanders, that is. Cardell Bembo, Paul Wilson in the start tonight, so a lot of quickness out there in the field, in addition to Olibi as well. And, of course, Aaron Wheeler, we can never forget him, his 6'4" frame right up front there at the forward. We got a great matchup coming up here tonight at FMB Field, and we're about to come your way as you see a beautiful panorama of City Island and also across at the capital city of Harrisburg. It's all coming up next on Invicta.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Welcome back to City Island here for tonight's USL matchup at FMB Field Here with the City Islanders, the home team tonight. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, 4-4-2 coming in here tonight. They're actually in 4th place right now in the league and are having a great season so far. One of those wins they have so far has been a win on April 29th, 1-0 over these same City Islanders. They are in their dark blue and light blue tonight, and they'll be going from left to right on your screen. On the other side, in their white and blue home jerseys, the City Islanders of Harrisburg, right now at 2-3-3, and they have a 2-game scoring streak, so to speak, 0-0 and 2-2 after coming off a 2-game losing streak on the road, and they are ready to get this thing started in just a moment. Charlie, final thought here today before we get this one underway.
I think you're going to see the Pittsburgh side trying to strike early, Gary, and test an untested goalkeeper. First start ever for Lewis. I think you're going to see Pittsburgh test him early.
Sean Lewis in the goal tonight, as Charlie said, for the very first time. Nick Noble is available. Brandon Miller not available here tonight. And so the City Islanders get the ball started here. Cloudy night here, a little bit brisk, but a good night for soccer.
Yeah, the weather a little bit of a surprise, Gary. It looked like it was going to be a warm, sunny day, and it's clouded up and not exactly a cool evening, but not hot here tonight.
Well, Miller
good conditions to play.
Miller shows you, or Lewis rather, shows you a pretty good foot right there out of the gate. Paul Wilson getting the start tonight, the little jet that came in here the other night and was part of that huge goal in the last minute as he knocked it into the scoring area, and then it was headed. There's Cardell Bembo, another guy who's been playing great soccer here of late. Back to the middle it comes, going to be headed out of there by Pittsburgh.
A little bit of a shuffle in the starting lineup tonight for the Harrisburg side, Gary. A little bit more speed and playmaking ability up front.
James Thomas down there checking in on Marshall Hollingsworth. And now here comes Sean Lewis running out. It's got to be a fun moment for him tonight. His first start here for the City Islanders.
He'll always remember it.
So swings it out the far side. Back to the middle it comes. Johnny Mendoza with it. Mendoza, who had the winning or the tying score the other night. It felt like a win at the end of that game. A lot of quickness in this lineup tonight for the City Islanders.
Yeah, with a W tonight, Gary, Harrisburg has an opportunity to move up dramatically in the standings. As you know, most of the sides have a game or two in hand with Harrisburg. Harrisburg hasn't played as many matches as some of the others. So a real opportunity for Harrisburg here tonight to go even across the board and to move up significantly in the standings. This is a playoff team, Gary. I don't think there's any question about it.
2 points out of 8th place right now, which is the playoff number. Again, almost irrelevant this early in the season, but just to kind of give you an idea of where they stand with regard to the playoff picture. We have a long way to go before we start talking about those, however. The thing that impressed us a lot the other night with City Islanders was the fact that they did such a great job at their transition defense.
They really did.
Doing a much better job of doubling up. Here in the open field comes Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson with a good move right there. Paul Wilson trying to get in the box, not going to do it. Back in and it comes from Mendoza. The only problem you might have on the field tonight out there is maybe not the size factor in getting some of those head balls.
You still have Aaron Wheeler up front who can pull them out of the air pretty well, but you're correct. They're giving up at every position a little bit of size. But a good run there by Dabo in the opening segments, and that's something you're going to want to see Harrisburg do. Attack the middle and to do it with consistency.
Good head back up field. And running it down, and Wheeler's come up with his hands up in the air saying, where's the call? Wheeler, of course, the captain out there.
These set pieces, Gary, have not been the strength of Harrisburg's side thus far this season. Here's a real opportunity just outside the box. They're going to set up the wall at just about the perimeter, and a good opportunity for Harrisburg.
There's Wheeler, who's going from the polar end. Last year he had the ponytail. This year he's got kind of the skin cut. See everybody packing in there, locking arms, putting the wall up. You see the 3 Harrisburg players there hiding the ball. They'll come busting out of there in a moment. Polabi right there, who had the first goal of the match the other night.
And a rocket, as you said, a really strong strike. And we were laughing before the match how that figured at number 9.
The 9th best shot of the USL week.
There it is.
Look at this, right in front, and just missing. Is going to be a corner. And I'm not sure that Trey Mitchell didn't get hurt. He went right into the
for
pole.
the corner. There's a great opportunity there for Harrisburg.
Trey Mitchell looks like he's okay, I think, but then there's also a City Island player down inside there as well. What a great concept on the play, though. Well, Mitchell's getting up.
Tremendous delivery and exactly what they wanted, Gary. As you say, off a set piece, we just mentioned that's an area where they really need to pick it up, and they did.
You see Bill Betcher over there, the only coach that Steve Whittington was standing up. The assistant coach, also the head coach at Millersville. So the first corner of the match rather, belongs here to the City Islanders. Johnny Mendoza is going to take it out of the near corner. Good high look, kind of going across, and another corner coming up here, and that looked a little dangerous for Pittsburgh.
That looked, from this angle anyway,
like
could have been an own goal. You know.
So Mendoza goes to the other side, and these are always a little bit more interesting because you're kicking away from the goal. Let's see what he's able to put up there. Ideally, you want to put this right out over the top of the goal and let it hook right in the middle and get someone like Wheeler on top of it. See the City Island faithful down there. This one's a flat one coming in, not going to go. Taken down by Wilson. Good high look here in the middle, and running out to pick it off is Mitchell. Mitchell was anticipating that the whole time. Mitchell showing you some pretty good foot down there as well. Now Wheeler heads it back upfield. Well, Libii was trying to get on it, not going to do it. So a handball called. And Pittsburgh will have it. Be taken there by Kevin Kerr. Trying to get off to Stephen Okai in the middle. Taken away by Marshall Hollingsworth. Good chip ahead. You got a one-on-one shot
flag
coming up right here. And there's the first stop of the game for Sean Lewis. A nice job. That was dangerous the whole way. Lewis gets it out to the far side quickly. Now bring it back down to Lewis again. Ooh, this is a good low flat kick coming out of there by Lewis. Headed upfield by Wheeler. And then kicked out far side. Good transition, very quick that time, and it all started with Sean Lewis. Low, flat, frozen rope. Wheeler in the corner. Touches it off. Good pass here.
Nice heel pass there.
Back to the middle it comes.
Delivery.
Not going to go, and it's going to go across the line probably. Goes across the touchline. Picked up there by Hollingsworth of Pittsburgh. So we put back in play here by the Riverhounds. They beat the City Islanders 1-0 back on April 29th. And Herzog with the only goal in that match. There's Bembo with it. We'll touch it off to Dabo and then all the way back down to Sean Lewis again. Sean Lewis, good hook. Far side looking for Mendoza. Mendoza getting pushed from behind a little bit, no call. And then Pittsburgh controlling on the outside. Touch it on back to Akai. Akai, good long look and wide. And you saw Lewis going down there, and Lewis putting the hand on it, probably didn't need to, and it'll result in a corner kick here for the Riverhounds.
Yeah, that's field awareness, Gary, because you're correct. He didn't need to put his hands on it. I guess he's better safe than sorry tonight.
So the ball's going to be put back into play on the far side in the corner. Jack Thompson in there. Jack Thompson, by the way, stayed in Pennsylvania. He played for the Bethlehem Steel team last year. This year playing obviously for Pittsburgh. This is a good look. So it'll be a goal kick down for the City Islanders. Sean Lewis, by the way, the goalkeeper, birthplace in Rockford, Michigan. He's 24 years of age. He's 6'1". Played last for the Jacksonville Armada and was a starting goalkeeper in his senior year at Oakland University. Getting his first start here tonight for the City Islanders. Olabig with a nice job there of controlling. Looking for someone to get it off to. Finds Thomas. Thomas with some fancy footwork. Mendoza gets it back to the middle. And there comes Dabo up. Now Olabig in there as well. Olabig slides in. Takes the ball away for a moment. Wheeler off to Mendoza. Touches it ahead. They've got Thomas coming down. Thomas trying not to be offside. Has the ball. Thomas one man to beat. Right to the middle it comes, and no one home on the other side. Looked like Bembo was over there, but not really a target. The aggressors so far in this game have been the City Islanders thus far.
And as with the last match, Gary, they controlled so much of the action, 60% as I recall, and it looks like they're going to do that again tonight. They're going to have to penetrate the defense, though, something they weren't able to do as successfully on Saturday night, but ultimately came away with a draw.
Sean McLaw's down the far side. They've got him available, and there he is. McLaw's trying to win it to the corner, and it goes across the touchline. It'll be a goal kick coming out. 10-20 into this one, and no scores so far, and there's the Capital crew over there. Faithful for the City Islanders. Capital City crew. So here comes Mitchell. Talk about some foot, huh? And there's a possession time so far, 64% for Harrisburg, 36% for Pittsburgh, to make the point that we just had going on here. There's Bembo, kind of got double teamed from behind. Ball sent back up. Well, there's an undercut. The one thing we've been impressed by, Charlie, especially the last match, was the idea that they're doing a much better job double teaming, a much better job in transition on the defense.
They broke up the counterattack on Saturday night about as well as you could have hoped, Gary. They really did play great defense in transition, if you want to use that phraseology, but they were breaking up the counterattack consistently and not allowing the other side to develop anything. And tonight, so far, they've looked pretty good in that regard as well.
Calvato getting it headed back out of there. Tiago Calvato. Ball be across the touchline, belonged to Pittsburgh again. It comes to Stephen Akai. Thomas comes up trying to make the play. Wheeler's got it. Okay. And now you've got Thomas with it.
And they're going to build numbers. They're going to build the attack here.
And Wheeler just didn't look like he was ready to nail that one. He was kind of coming in, and nice dump off pass there from Thomas. Wheeler says, yep, good job.
Couldn't get out over top of it, instead leaned back and lifted it a little bit.
So Thomas with a pretty good job there of dumping that off and trying to set up his man. Didn't work that time. In American football, that's a 3. In soccer, it's a miss. Aggressive defense so far, though, for Harrisburg. Hollingsworth trying to dump it off. Dabo gets it. Off it goes to Cardell Bembo. Bembo looking ahead again for Wheeler. Wheeler trying to track it down. Put up in the air. Johnny Mendoza comes in underneath, a much taller defender there. Headed back up, looking for Dabo, not going to find him. Instead it belongs to Pittsburgh. Hollingsworth chasing down the near side, trying to beat his man, and Thomas sliding across with a good defensive play. So another corner kick, so it's 2-2. Lots of corner kicks here early in this one, Charlie.
There are, as you saw Saturday night, Gary, very, very few in that match, and tonight there have already been, for both sides, some opportunities on these corners. These set pieces make a difference over the course of the match. Let's see what happens with this one.
And taking this set piece is Jack Thompson. So Thompson swings that left foot low, hard, and flat, headed up in the air, well over the goal. There you see Sean Lewis in the goal tonight for his first time here as a starter. Certainly got his game face on tonight, doesn't he?
He does. It's like seasoned veteran.
Out it comes, looking for Dabo, finds him. Good job of getting position there in the middle. Bembo trying to get Paul Wilson. Bembo keeps on following. Paul Wilson. Wheeler steps in there. Looked like something was starting to build there pretty well, and then it just kind of broke up. Johnny Mendoza out there checking on Taylor Washington.
They've looked to build the attack tonight, Gary, on quickness, and they've got three exceptionally quick players right up front who pass well and move their feet very well.
Good job there by McLaws. Ball is going to be kicked across the touchline, though. Will belong to Pittsburgh. Windy, blustery little night here tonight. Not real cold, just one of those nights that feels more like October than it does late May, almost early June. Calvano off to Bembo. Bembo, good footwork there. Dabo's got it in the middle. Dabo. Back it comes again to Calvano, to Mendoza, near side Thomas. There's a lead to Mendoza. Mendoza gets pushed out of bounds. Oh. And Mendoza says, hey, where was that?
A lot of folks wondering about that call, Gary.
Yeah, you heard
going the other way.
You heard all the officials on the sideline down there trying to help out the official.
They don't have the whistle, though.
There is Thomas. Probably don't have the green shirts either. Very colorful tonight. Wheeler comes down. Wheeler. And it's going to be off. Pittsburgh should belong to the City Islanders. And there you go. Right on a run. Mendoza had it. Gets it back in. Flat kick out. Oh, and Thomas slipped.
A long run here.
This is Hollingsworth right here getting a lot of turf out of that one. Good step in that time. Headed out by McLaws. Up in the air it comes. Want to get it out of there right now. So it's swung back to the middle again. And Lewis comes over and scoops it up. You got to think that every minute that Lewis puts on the board tonight is going to be a minute where he's more and more comfortable in this.
Yeah, we suspected that Pittsburgh would try to press the attack early and test him. They really haven't tested him all that much yet. So it's
one decent shot, and he covered it pretty well.
He covered it well, and the opportunities that he's had, he's, as you say, you can almost see him growing in stature.
Olabi gets it to Thomas, to Dabo. Mo Dabo looking at the far side, has McLaws out there. Bembo right there on the line. Also been pretty impressed lately with City Islanders' ability to possess. Doing a much better job with possessions. Their passes are much crisper. They've looked sharp.
Control has been the name of the game for them, Gary, and we've seen it in the last several matches in terms of time of possession. They've dominated that statistic, and it's worked to their advantage because they've not only possessed the ball and mounted significant attacks, they've done exceptionally well in breaking down the counterattack and taking the ball back.
Near side it comes. Taylor Washington's got it. Washington back to the middle.
There's a prime example right there.
Here they come again. Pushing it ahead. And are you pushed down in there? And I'll tell you what, Paul Wilson had a good case to make, and now Bembo comes back as well.
And there certainly were a lot of those fans down in that corner of the stadium making that case, Gary.
They really are. But I like the pressure, the quickness tonight. You can really see the quickness here, the combination of the first half. Now watch this. See, does he get taken down just outside of the scoring area? And Bembo says, whatever you can do, I can do better. So we're 18:07 here in the first half. No stoppage time at all so far. And a scoreless tie here. Nice little crowd out here at a weekday night, enjoying USL soccer. Some of the best in the country there. You see the possession time so far. Harrisburg 59%, Pittsburgh 41% in this one. Bears out what we said earlier. So Lewis, it's a good high look down there to Wheeler. Cleared out of there nicely by Pittsburgh. Back it comes. Calvano to Thomas. To Olabi. Thomas looking. He'll swing it on back again. To Nishanian. And Lewis waiting for his team to set up downfield and then gives it a good Whale. Willoughby keeps a head on it and then swings it all the way back down to Lewis one more time. Again, Lewis trying to put it on, this time not on Wheeler, but instead looks down where Bembo lives and tracking it down far side is McLaws, will get it in quickly. Official says nice Oscar on that one to Dabo.
You've seen that before, have you, Mr. Sutton?
You mean they fake going down there? Oh, look at this.
Look at this.
Bembo right to the middle. Had Wilson for a moment. Wilson gets in there. Now, I'll tell you what's interesting. I thought Wilson held his ground right there, and actually a guy came in over top of his shoulder. I could be wrong. I don't know if we'll see that in the replay, but Wilson was getting ready to kind of get in that box out. Just look at the difference in size. They're just the two of them walking down the field. Well, he backed into him. Good call by the official.
Capelli Sport. Capelli Sport is the official uniform provider of the Harrisburg City Islanders.
Good head upfield again, Calvano. So we're going to near side of Taylor Washington. And then across the line, it belongs to the Islanders. There you see Washington, who's been in the middle of a lot of what's been going on so far. So Thomas looks for Wheeler. Wheeler heads it upfield. Nice job by Wilson, but not to the player. Well, now Wilson has a chance to go one-on-one, but it's going to be to Mitchell first. Mitchell hooks it out of there. McLaw's going to be the first one to it. Back to Calvano. Calvano, little shake and bake. Off it comes to Bembo. Head back upfield by Joe Greenspan. With a ball handling in there tonight that the City Islanders are featuring is exceptional. Johnny Mendoza.
Yeah, some exceptional ball skills up front, Gary. We knew that coming in. Quicker lineup than they usually employ. Very fast, very speedy, with tremendous ball skills.
A lot of jitterbugging in there tonight. I'll tell you what, there's darts everywhere. By the way, fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC, channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Here's James Thomas. Pushing by, just runs past the man. Chance to set it to the middle here. Looking for someone. He had Wilson there for a moment. Bembo, one man to beat. Can he get a good shot? Bembo, shake and bake there. And Mitchell perfectly set for that as Bembo really had nowhere else to go. And Mitchell just stays there and covers it up and makes sure.
He came out and took away every angle on that. There was no angle left.
Mitchell's got a big wingspan there as well. By the way, soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. This is a beatdown. Just going to go right over the top, and there is Lewis on top of it. And you can strike gold with the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. You could scratch your way to $1 million with $1 Million Gold Rush. Players must be 18 years of age or older. Please play responsibly. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux, and our whole Invicta crew here tonight for this USL soccer matchup. It's been a good one so far. City Islanders doing a good job of keeping their feet on the gas. Trying to find the right combo to get in here. Johnny Mendoza with it. It's tipped away right at the last moment. Good defense there by Stephen Okai. A lot of ground passing tonight here with this wind that's up this evening.
Short passing game, and it's worked.
Wheeler slips down. Wheeler trying to make his case kind of half-heartedly. There you see Wheeler tripping him at the end. So having a little discussion with the official over there.
Fans get out their smartphone and open up your Facebook account. You can win a City Islanders scarf and tickets to an
The official giving a little tutorial there.
He made things pretty clear.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was any doubt about what was going on and who was in charge. And that's what you have to do.
You do. Any good official is going to take charge and make sure that they're in control of the match. And
The only meeting that could be anything like this would be the United Nations when they're in general session. It's, you know, someone's got to be in control. Up in the air it comes. And it'll be a goal kick coming out for Sean Lewis as we are about to hit the 25-minute mark of the first half. No score in this one here at FMB Field tonight. Hear the voice of the Islanders, Brian Kaiser in the background there, who's been with them forever. Brian also kind of a talented guy. He's every now and then will sing the national anthem. He will also sing the Canadian national anthem when the Canada team is in town.
Great voice, and as you say, the voice of the City Islanders here at FNB Field.
And
a great place to watch soccer.
And ask him something about trivia about the City Islanders, and he can don't try it. I mean, don't do it.
A veritable encyclopedia.
Thank you. It's like Charlie Giroux with names. No one can remember names and people like Charlie Giroux can. I'm telling you right now. Okay, again, they set it back. I always worry about these kicks right at the keeper like that. That had some mustard on it. There's Washington again. Mendoza trying to get it back from him. Slides in. Nothing going on. Hollingsworth. We'll send it back to the middle to Jack Thompson.
They've been marking very tightly here in the midfield, Gary, and it's worked to their advantage because they've been able to break up the attack and to counterattack pretty effectively. So this is working for them. Their defense has really improved.
Oh, you got a good-looking shot here and just over top. But one of the things that you're seeing, I think, with that quicker lineup in there tonight is the ability to do that, get up and kind of get in your face a little bit more and a little bit quicker moves. So, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Charlie. It's a great point.
Is an injury preventing you from doing what you love? Dr. Michael Cordes.
This was scary for just a moment right here. Lewis seemed pretty much in control.
He had it. He's wishing he had that one back.
Wheeler skying high to get that one.
Yeah, I like the Shorn look a little bit better, Gary. He looks good. And there's no flag on this.
There's Bembo. Bembo trying to beat him right along the line. Bembo to the middle, was trying to find Wheeler on the head. Here's Wilson. Wilson backs it. Good defense inside again by Pittsburgh. Battle there in the middle by Dabo. Taken away, though, by Corey Herzog. First time Corey Herzog's really had his foot on the ball tonight. Dangerous moment coming up right here. Good retreat by Nishanian. Hollingsworth fakes it, comes back to middle. Got Okai right there. Okai swings it back far side. He's got Ben Fitzpatrick over there. I'll swing it back out. Reverse fields. Jamal Jack with it. There it's pushed ahead, but no one home. Could be a handball right there.
Look that way.
Looked like a slip. Take a look at this, see if he had any help.
And I'm not sure what his call's going to be.
Yellow card showed at City Islanders number 8.
Wow. Yellow card to Dabo as the guy was going down. That's a tough yellow card.
And he's pleading his case, but it's not going to matter.
So Dabo gets the first yellow card of the evening.
Things have always been a little testy between these two sides, Gary, and I think the officials wanted to come out tonight and make sure that they took control right from the top of the match. They've called it very tightly, and there's an example. Dabo was clearly pleading his case, and I think he had a good one to make, but he gets the yellow nonetheless at about 28 minutes.
Here you go. Big test here. Oh, there's a chancy kind of thing, but it was really controlled. Olubi saw Lewis right there and headed it down, but it must have been some pretty good communication down there because Lewis seemed to know exactly what was happening. Very liberal tonight in their use of the goalkeeper. Here's Wilson. Little pitching catch, so to speak, here. Now looking down for McLaws. McLaws to the middle. And Wheeler not able to get to it. And then sent out near side. Going to go across the line here. And off Pittsburgh, so it'll belong again to the City Islanders.
With the defensive scheme that Harrisburg's employing here, Gary, they aren't able to bring up the support that they need behind the initial attack, and that's been a little bit of a weakness thus far because they've had opportunities and nobody was, as you say, at home. So I think they're going to begin to bring up some of those midfielders to support the attack a little bit more and see what happens.
If you compare it to basketball at all, it seems like they're a little bit better tonight in the half-court game than they are in the full-court transition game, as you mentioned, because they get down and their chances they've had so far have been good little connecting passes here in the scoring area.
And then when they pushed it back out to the top of the circle, there's not been the support that was necessary to rebuild the attack.
There was a great look by our Invicta camera crew from the backside. We very seldom ever get to see the goal kick from that side. Across the line it comes, quickly putting it back in play is going to be Thomas. Thomas looking to Wheeler. And then cleared out of there nicely by Pittsburgh. Calvano, Nashanian, both up there. And Lewis just belts it. Might be a little too far, goes across the touchline. Lewis has got that good low kick into the wind. I mean, it really cuts into that wind nicely. There's Washington putting it back in play for Pittsburgh. Again, high in the air here. Wheeler keeps it in play. Little swinging kick there trying to get out. Hollingsworth comes down. Johnny Mendoza keeps it going though. Johnny Mendoza says never say die. And there's Mendoza again taking it away.
Couple nice tackles there.
Yeah, between Wilson and Mendoza. Now Thomas. Thomas. Back to Nashanian. Nashanian swings it back to Calvano. Dabo. Over to Olabi. Back it comes to Wilson. Olabi again now gets something started here with the attack. Swings it far side to McLaws. To Bembo. Bembo just slides a little bit as he tried to trap that. Olabi again. Now you got Johnny Mendoza right in the middle of the field.
Pass.
Here comes Wilson. Wilson far side to Bembo. Right to the middle. Oh, and again, good defense by Pittsburgh. Coming across there to get in the way was Joe Greenspan. Joe Greenspan, by the way, 6'5". So here they come again. Push down from behind, no call. Definitely the passing tonight has been much, much better for the City Islanders than it has been for the Riverhounds.
It has. And they continue to mount the attack, Gary, looking for opportunities and to create some space here in the mid.
Oh, is it a takedown? Oh, my goodness.
No call, and the fans don't like that one.
Mendoza's got it. Mendoza clears it out to Bembo. Back it comes. Dabo making something happen. And there goes another push behind. And Wheeler is down.
And he's going to call it going the other way, it looked like.
How in the world? I mean, I'll tell you what. You want to talk about tough calls tonight so far? Harrisburg is not getting any of them.
Let's take a look at this.
This is the first time all year we've said that. How do you make that case?
That was beyond me. I don't try to second guess officials, especially from up here, Gary.
Take a look at this. Pictures speak 1,000 words.
He's holding his knee, but I think it could be holding other body parts.
And right there,
too.
you see Steve Whittington over there making exactly the case we're talking about. He says he clipped him. Came right in behind and clipped him, and you saw Bill Betcher out there as well.
If we could take another look at that play in the box, too. I was curious about that one, and a lot of the fans were as well, Gary. a series right there that had a couple of non-calls that you shake your head at.
Yeah, you just kind of wonder what they're seeing. So long boot downfield. Good head again. Good work far side, getting the ball, laying it out in front. Wheeler, one-on-one. Wheeler's got a shot. No.
That was a great opportunity, Gary.
Wheeler
a great
had his
play
man.
by Wheeler.
Take a look here.
Complete takeaway. Jumps over his man, takes it right down inside,
and he actually had it kicked away by the defender. That was what
they're going to get a corner out of it.
Third corner of the night, 3-2 in that category. But thought Wheeler might have missed it, but the man actually come over and got his foot on it and deflected it away. So great defensive play there, not a bad play by Wheeler. Wheeler did a wonderful job at jumping out there. Boy, here's a good head. Coming up right in front and cleared out far side. Will go across the touchline, belong to the City Islanders. 35-07. We're in the 36th minute here of the first half.
And in some respects, Gary, this first half has flown by. You look up at the clock and you're like, wow. But Harrisburg has controlled the action. They've mounted a good attack. Need a little bit more support. Need to pull some additional players forward to really press this attack, because I think they've got scoring opportunities here.
Well, they're hooking up on everything but that final one shot. They're not getting that last shot, but they're doing nice passing, hooking up, as you mentioned. They really seem to have a plan of breaking down Pittsburgh here thus far.
Yeah, it looks that way. And I mean, Coach Betcher, obviously one of the premier coaches in this league, looked like he came out with the game plan against this Pittsburgh side. And thus far, they've executed it pretty well. I think the scoring opportunities are going to come here, Gary.
Well, and the other thing, too, is you have an array of passers on the field tonight. I mean, an array of passers out there. Every single one of them really are showing off their skills here this evening.
And they really have not allowed Pittsburgh to mount much of an attack at all, which has been the key to their success tonight. Possessing the ball and also breaking down the Pittsburgh attack and counterattacking effectively.
Here's a dangerous moment right here. See how Sean Lewis handles this one. Kevin Kerr, one of the top two scorers on this team. Low, flat, headed out of there nicely, and here we go. Off to the races we come. Paul Wilson looking ahead to Bembo. Bembo missed it. Can Bembo get to it first? Bembo came up. He's pulled a muscle there, and he put his hand up right away.
Yeah.
Washington comes over. Good sportsmanship there.
He's grabbed the back. Try to walk it off, but yeah, that's a pull.
Looked like a pull and a hamstring. Take a look at this. He'll come up right here, and he immediately puts his hand up. Now watch.
That's a hamstring.
Yep, that's a hamstring.
So he's going to try to walk it off.
Yep.
I don't think so. No.
That one hurts.
Yep.
This is a kid who plays through just about anything.
Yeah, he does. Very tough player and a key to the Harrisburg attack, Gary. He's the spark plug out there in so many respects. Delivers the ball into the box very well. Tremendous footwork and ball skills on the periphery. Let's hope he can stay, but he's obviously in pain, and that it's a hamstring injury.
You see. Let's take a look at that foul that was a non-foul in the box a few minutes ago. Let's see if the official had it right. Here you go. Wow. Yes, it was. Very good defensive tackle as McLaws was in there. It looked
That's
a lot.
why we're up here and the officials are down on the field, Gary.
Exactly. They've done a good job tonight. There have been a couple calls that people were looking at and saying, you know. But when you get a chance to see the replay, and our great Invicta crew has all these camera angles, then you really get an appreciation for just how good these guys are down there, these officials.
Yeah, just a good tackle, and I'm hopeful that this hamstring situation is not more tough than it may at first appear. He's still in pain.
Oh, he is in real pain.
Yeah. They're going to be taking him off.
Yeah, he's going to come up here and yeah, and he's a gamer. I mean, Bembo has been really part of so much this year thus far. Just love when you see him in there. And quickly getting up on the far side, Abbas Muhammad will be coming in to replace him. Muhammad getting up in a hurry.
And what was strange about that play, Gary, was it didn't appear to occur at the moment of impact. It looked like he came in and was immediately raising his hand saying, "I've pulled up." It's almost like a horse pulls up in a race.
Well, you wonder maybe if he got a spike stuck in the turf or something along that line.
Just don't know.
You just don't know. You know, sometimes you can jam yourself there.
Substitution entering the game for the City Islanders.
Well, I thought it was going to be Muhammad, but it's not. It's Frederick Yamoa Opoku, number 60, into the game for Bembo. So Opoku in there. First time we've seen him here at home. Oh, look out. Hollingsworth racing down the side.
Dangerous run.
Good defense there. It's going to be a corner kick, but much better than the alternative.
Don't know what the breakdown was there, Gary. I missed it. And
think about the first goal the other night. It was also after a substitution into the match for Charleston, and it was almost like everybody just kind of mentally stopped. Fortunately, except James Thomas.
2 goals very quickly.
Here comes Jack Thompson again with the corner. Actually, this time it's going to be Siobhan Walsh. It's a good look. Good job by.
Was that Wheeler?
That was Wheeler going up high to get that one out of there. Wheeler skying to get that one. And that's what he's there for, is the height, the headshots. Near side it comes to Thomas. Thomas controlling. Thomas taken down from behind there by Thompson. And it's going to be off Pittsburgh. Belongs to the City Islanders. As we touch in on the 41st minute of this first half, we'll have a little bit of stoppage time now with the injury to Bembo. Here's Thompson. Thomas, rather. Looking for Wheeler. Wheeler heads it upfield. Again, the call is going to be against Wheeler. But Mohammed making the defense work a little quicker than maybe they want to work right now. Ball taken by Jamal Jack. Ooh, I like this.
He went after it.
Yes, he did. Far side it comes. Johnny Mendoza over there. Mendoza got pushed behind. Ball belonged to City Islanders. You look out there at Dabo and Wilson, they're like twins. Very tough to pick the two of them up. They're interchanged so often. McLaws is pointing to a place in the field. If it says no, bring it back 3 yards.
Marking it up with his little spray can. I love those things.
You wonder how much the Harrisburg Senators like it when they get in here. I guess they really don't make much of a spot. Here's McLaws. Good boot toward goal, headed. Oh, and just about over the top there, perfectly placed.
Nicely delivered, nicely struck.
And there you see the length of Nishanian. Watch this. And here comes Nishanian, far side, and just about putting it where you couldn't get it.
Yeah, he was looking in that upper right corner and just a little bit left.
And they were pointing to him the whole way, too.
Very nicely delivered and nicely struck.
Good concepts tonight. Really good concepts here. Olibi to Thomas. Thomas back to Olibi. Opoku. And Opoku is going to go off his foot across the touchline, so it's back with the Riverhounds. This one is going to be off the Islanders also. Puku joining the City Islanders after a stint playing in Ghana. Watch that. These are tough right here. Those high hops we watch every now and then, Charlie.
running down in regulation time here, Gary. Another opportunity for Harrisburg to see what they can do to mount a quick attack here. And
kind of think there might be 1 or 2 minutes here of stoppage time.
A little bit of stoppage.
Here's Wheeler getting up high. Won't get this one. Back upfield it comes. Across it goes. Pittsburgh across the touchline. It'll belong to the City Islanders. As Thomas quickly inbounds. Apuku gets in there. Tries to control. Apuku shoved down there and off of Puku's foot, says the official. And Thomas is down. That's not someone you can afford to lose either.
He's holding an ankle.
Well, I think he's going to get up and play through it.
He's going to be okay.
It's amazing how quickly these guys recover after being hurt.
At every level of this sport, it is amazing how fast they recover.
There was 2 minutes stoppage time. Poku looking for a place to go. Plays with it, has to take it away. We'll get it right back. Poku to Wilson. Wilson flicks it far side to Mendoza. Mendoza off McLaws. McLaws down. Got Wilson back to the middle. Had Wheeler right there. Wheeler had good position, couldn't get turned. Hollingsworth sends it downfield, trying to get a one-on-one look for his player. Player right on through, and out in front it comes, and Lewis able to roll it right back out there to Dabo. Dabo takes off with it.
And not a great big deal there, Gary, but again, Wheeler looking for somebody and no support. The ball was delivered well to him. He realized he couldn't take the shot, and with time running down, he was looking for a little help.
And that's been the final piece they've not been able to capitalize on here tonight thus far.
And part of that is because of the defensive scheme that they're employing, Gary, which has worked very effectively. So you give up a little bit with playing the defense they're playing, but there's got to be somebody there to support that front line.
Big boot out of there again. We'll be talking with Coach Bill Betcher before we head off to our break here at the half, as we are in the final minute right here of the first half in stoppage time right now. Washington. To Kerr. Pittsburgh in no hurry right here to try to mount anything offensively. And there's a tackle from behind as Hollingsworth goes down. Here's Jamal Chack. Maybe one more long kick. No. Hollingsworth playing with it in the middle.
We're going to hear the final whistle at any second. Here it is.
And there is the final whistle of the first half here, as the score 0-0 at the half. Pittsburgh and City Islanders tied up here as they're getting ready to head to the locker room. And we'll be talking with Coach Bill Betcher here in just a moment about the first half and what he saw down there. Charlie, what did you see in the first half?
I saw Harrisburg play very well.
1-2, yep.
Controlled the action. They broke up the Pittsburgh attack consistently. Didn't allow them any real opportunities against an untested goalie. So they protected their keeper, and they made every opportunity they could in the counterattack. So the keeper looked good, but wasn't really truly tested because of the Harrisburg defense.
So well played first half here, especially with the City Islanders. Just not able to find that final piece on the scoring hookups, but they had a lot of opportunities. They were very direct in terms of where they were going throughout the first half, and pretty much kept Pittsburgh out of doing anything as far as any connectivity, if you will.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Gary. They broke up the attack consistently. They did not allow a lot of possessions inside the box for Pittsburgh. Not any real serious scoring opportunities. I'd like to see the shots on goal. It'll be very, very low for Pittsburgh.
And much the same as they did with Charleston the other night. Double teaming, quick to the ball, good in defensive transition, and really just looked very, very sharp here in the first half. And now just a matter of finding a way to, get that final pass in there for scoring. As Coach Bill Betcher heading over here to the sidelines. We'll be talking with him in just a moment.
And the set pieces looked a lot better tonight, Gary. A couple of real opportunities off of those, so they clearly have worked on those. They've been a little bit of a problem in a couple of the previous matches.
Well, let's head on down right now to Coach Bill Betcher. He is on the sidelines, and we're to get him on camera right here. Again, nothing here at the half at City Island in this USL soccer matchup. Let's check in right now with Coach Bill Betcher. Coach, first half, you got a very quick team on the field here tonight. A lot of good passing, a lot of good possession time, just not able to get that final hookup.
Pretty good first half, created some opportunities. Still decision making and you know, and our quality in the final third has to be better. It's let us down a few times this year, and you know, I think we had opportunities there to get a goal, and you know, just unfortunately didn't come up with one.
What are you looking to try to do here in the second half? Obviously, you've had good concepts the whole way through, a lot of good things happening. How do you put that final exclamation point on the scoring drives?
Well, I don't think we have to change a whole lot what we're doing. We're just going to talk a little bit about just being better. I mean, I think a lot of times we're getting to that end line and trying to force a ball straight across. I think we can pull it back a little bit and look for somebody coming late, you know, around the 12. You know, it just seems like every ball we're trying to force in there and we're playing it low. They're either blocking or it's getting to the goalkeeper. So Coach, I think we got to play behind that first defender sometimes.
One of the things it seems like you're doing really well, especially the last two games here, is great transition defense. Your team is really knocking down, you know, teams trying to get something started. You seem to be able to keep teams out of any kind of offensive flow right now. Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, I think the back four's been pretty solid all year. Rashid and Dabo are doing a good job in the middle. You know, the forwards are working and pressing too. So, I mean, I think from the defensive side, I think we've been pretty solid.
How about Sean Lewis in the first half? His first start for you here tonight, holding his own pretty well.
Yeah, Sean's been fine. He's trained well. He's a good goalkeeper. We have all the confidence in the world in him, and you know, he had a solid first half also.
Coach, we appreciate you taking time with us here at the half. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Coach Bill Betcher here at the half, and he's pretty pleased with the way his team's playing right now. He's not going to change a whole lot, except he'd like to make that one last kick into the net.
Yeah, and that's really pretty much what he indicated, is he'd like to have somebody coming up behind, get the support there, and help those forwards out who are doing a great job up front.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back here. We'll have highlights for you. We'll have our stats and all of that ahead here on Invicta Sports, as it's 0-0 here in this USL soccer matchup, live from FMB Field tonight here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Back with more right after this.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
We're there to see some young people getting ready with a little sustenance for the second half as people stretched out here tonight. A lot of young would-be soccer players are enjoying the evening here, and we're enjoying it as well. It's 0-0 here at the half, although we'd like to be a little bit more on the other side. But hey, highlights for the game, and it all started out with that nice march out here, everybody coming out, young people in tow, and City Islanders had the first look at it here. They possessed the ball well. This was the first opportunity right here. Take a look at this. And a bang-bang play, and here they come again. Different look at this one, and this was really well conceived. And then you see Bembo maybe portending what was going to come up later on as he got wrapped up around the pole. Here's a look right here out in front, and not going to go off the foot of Kevin Kerr. There's a different look, and their little handball, and that was one of the yellow cards in the first half. That was against Dabo. Dabo making the case that the guy was going down. It was Jack Thompson. Now here's Johnny Mendoza. Long kick, headed up, and almost put it where they ain't, as Leo DeRosa said. Watch his kick again. This was really well done. And then Neshanian flying in there. Look at this. You're helpless as a goalkeeper right there.
And this is one of the set pieces that really looked good for Harrisburg tonight.
Well, there you see the evenness of the game. Shots 4. Shots on target 2 for the Riverhounds, 1 for City Islanders so far. 57 to 43%. Again, possessing the ball much more than Pittsburgh was in the first half. Offsides 2-1. Pittsburgh yellow cards 1-0. Dabo getting the 1 yellow card you saw there in the highlights, and no red cards in this match so far. Charlie, you think about the second half coming up here. You know, what one thing would you say to Bill Betcher's team?
I think exactly what he said to us at the half, Gary, which is let's see if we can offensively not concentrate across the line so much as pulling it back just a little bit, looking at the 12, maybe even out to the 18, getting some good shots there from somebody coming in to support the attack.
On the other side, you know, you're looking at him in the Pittsburgh Riverhounds frame of mind. Dave Brand, a guy you know a little bit. What's he doing in the locker room?
He's going to say, go after that keeper. I still believe, I just know Dave pretty well. He's a very aggressive coach, understands the game as well as anybody. I think he's going to say, let's utilize those long runs, which have been successful for them thus far, and really put pressure on that keeper. Get more shots on frame. Obviously not many for either side in the first half. I think that's going to be the thing that Pittsburgh will try to do, and will try to do early. They'll try to establish a tempo and put some pressure on the defense. That's what we'll be looking for here to start the second half. He's going to have to get by a bunch of pesky, quick guys running around him, and 2 great bulwarks on defense back there, Neshanian and Calvano, who've been doing an excellent job defensively back in the back tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second half here. This is Invicta Sports. It's USL Soccer, all for you here tonight. Harrisburg and Pittsburgh tied up 0-0 at the half.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Crooked Hill Townhomes is the official housing partner for the Harrisburg City Islanders. The rental community, located in Susquehanna Township, features 3-bedroom townhomes with attached garages and optional finished basements. The community features 6 beautiful floor plans, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an off-leash dog park. For more information on the community, visit www.crookedhillapts.com. Crooked Hill Townhomes, the best in luxury living that Central PA has to offer.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
raise the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
The CONCACAF Gold Cup kicks off in July with Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, hosting the U.S. men's national team versus Martinique on July 12th.
I've been in many stadiums in the United States throughout my career, and there's not a finer venue than Raymond James. So I think I can say on behalf of CONCACAF and U.S. Soccer, we're thrilled to be coming here in July, and it's going to be an exciting time.
Coach Arena and the Cup finished the day with a visit to the USL corporate offices in Tampa.
The growth of the sport in our country has grown tremendously. Everywhere in the United States, you can find a soccer club, and that's obviously is attributed to the growth of USL as well as Major League Soccer. So the sport in our country has grown tremendously, and we should be real proud of where we are in 2017.
For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
Focus. It's hard to keep. Everybody wants a piece of you. So don't lose it. Take your time. Work hard. Don't give up. And when your moment comes, breathe through and focus.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
And welcome back to FMB Field here on City Island in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the second half of tonight's USL matchup. As you see, Pedro Ribeiro into the game here to start the second half. He's getting the call from Coach Bill Betcher, so that's one major change. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Harrisburg City Islanders here tonight. Nothing at the half in a game. Both teams really won badly here in this early part of the season. And of course, the Riverhounds getting first blood there back on April 29th in Pittsburgh at 1-0 on the goal by Herzog. And tonight so far, the City Islanders have controlled the play, 59% possession in the first half, but they have not been able to get that final step through on the score. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you here, and all of our Invicta crew tonight. Chad Edwards and his crew. As we get ready to put this one in play in the second half, Pittsburgh will get the ball first. And Charlie just about ready to get this underway, and we do. And the blue and blue have it. Blue and gold, we should say. By the way, the only team in Pittsburgh that does not wear black and gold. Pittsburgh, one of those places where everything is black and gold. The Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates, but not the Riverhounds.
How dare they?
as Stephen Okai gets it out ahead. And right away, coming out of the gate here, I think you see a much more aggressive Pittsburgh team. Seems they're trying to pick it up a step.
We might have mentioned that at the half.
Yes, we did.
I just, knowing Dave Brand, I thought that that was exactly what they would be looking to do. And here in the early going, they are. Aaron Wheeler out for the second half as a precaution. And the injury situation may be a little bit difficult tonight for Harrisburg side.
Well, I saw Bill Betcher walking over to Ribeiro as they were walking off the field there and saying, get the jersey off, get ready, the green jersey that is. It means you're on the side. There's McLaws. McLaws middle. And what will settle down the quickness of Pittsburgh here in the second half is the quickness of Harrisburg. They've got a lot out there.
They sure do.
Although with Ribeiro in there, frankly, a little more size, but not more quickness. Ribeiro is not as quick as some of these little jitterbugs, and there's Ribeiro, and they're going to give him a yellow card to start the second half.
And he's not slowing down.
You've got to think that Pedro Ribeiro is not the happiest guy out there at the moment.
These past few years have been...
Last club he played for, Orlando City. And they're going to call him for a high kick there, I think. And all he was doing was reverse kicking. So one of those unfortunate wrong place, wrong time.
A Brazilian. Always happy to see those out here on the field.
You're a fellow Brazilian yourself.
I am.
Oh, nice job playing it by Lewis as he anticipated. I didn't ask Coach Betcher tonight about the wind. Last time I asked him that, he said the wind wasn't a factor, so I didn't even dare to bring it up tonight. But the wind up here in the second deck where we live is blowing a little bit. It doesn't seem to be affecting play too much tonight down there.
And there is a big difference between what we get up here and what they get down on the field.
Yeah, we're probably, what, 40 feet above the field?
Great viewing spot here at FNB Field.
We're in what would be the right field luxury box side for the Harrisburg Senators, who play baseball here.
Yeah, right down the first base line.
Good slug that taught by Lewis. Ribeiro getting good position, falls down. Davo, across it goes. Paul Wilson trying to look for a little give and go, push from behind.
Now let's rock this island.
There you saw Wilson dancing back again. Jamal Jack sends it off far side to Washington. Washington moving it down the far side looking for something. And nicely touched out of there by Neshanian. Good double team on the side again. And that's become a staple of this defense, is the double team. They really are quick to it.
The defense very compact, and as we've said throughout the broadcast, Gary, doing a good job of breaking up the Pittsburgh attack, particularly right in the midfield.
Look at that tackle right there. Great job. Nice trying to get Ribeiro down there. Ribeiro tracking. Ball swung back upfield. And the Riverhounds will get it.
Applesauce made right here in central Pennsylvania has been delivering nutritious products and healthy snacks for over 60 years. Musselman's has a full array of delicious products to make their families active.
Harrisburg on this two-game homestand tonight. They'll return to action this coming Sunday against Bethlehem Steel, another Pennsylvania team. That'll be at 5 p.m. at Bethlehem, and then the Ottawa Fury on June 10th and on June 17th at Charlotte Independence. They return home here on June 20th against Bethlehem Steel, and then again on the 24th against Louisville City FC. Shanian's so controlled back there. You know, you watch he and Calvano, they just give a sense of calmness.
Yeah, the back four have been very solid, Gary, and while the defense has been breaking up the Pittsburgh attack in the midfield, they've known that that back four is there regardless, and that they're going to be taken care of.
Oh, Mendoza's put a fake on corner. Oh, and a good shot by Mendoza. Watch Mendoza make the fake to the outside and open up the space. The defender bought it. And then Mendoza gets himself a wide open lane. Now watch this. Now watch him move to the right. He makes a fake right there. Fakes the kick and then, ooh.
That had danger written all over it. Another good strike by Mendoza with a good move in front of it. Pretty good run there.
It's a good long kick out of there, and that one's not going to get back in. They got Herzog. Herzog has, for the most part tonight, been bottled up. I don't think he's touched the ball maybe more than 2 or 3 times.
Not really a threat thus far. Again, the Harrisburg defense looking very good tonight.
The defense has been phenomenal here really throughout the season. They have been very, very good. Problem is putting points to the board.
They came into Saturday night's match, Gary, on a real dry spell. 3 straight matches without scoring. Saturday night they looked pretty good, scored early and made it hold up for most of the game, tying it in stoppage. But tonight have not yet been able to find the back of the net, and only 1 shot on frame in the first half.
Yep. Another good takeaway, far side. Push it down there quickly, try to get Wilson to it. It's going to be kicked out of bounds across the touchline by Pittsburgh. Will belong to City Island. And the Islanders will reset it now as James Thomas runs down to bring it in. Get the throw in. Looking right there for Wilson. Back to Thomas. It comes to Wilson. Wilson can make things happen down there with his feet.
In basketball, that's a little give and go, and just not able to complete it, get the scoring opportunity. I think that the opportunities for Harrisburg, Gary, in the second half to create scoring situations, create opportunities, utilize the space a little bit more effectively is going to be the key to this match.
You're absolutely right. The ball's going to cross the line. City Islanders quickly in play with McLaws. Good footwork there by Adabi. Calvano. Back to Rashid. Dabo swings it. Mashanian. Trying to touch the pass off there to Thomas, far side. And then a slip up coming across by Wilson. Or Obuku, rather. When you look out there right now and you see a lot of the players for the City Islanders, you know, it looks like all the same guy. Like they created some kind of clone. They got all these Jets running around there, with a few exceptions, obviously, Pedro Ribeiro being one of them.
Pittsburgh really looking, Gary, but not being able to do much of anything, thwarted by this City Island defense. They really have done a good job, because we both noted coming into the half and coming out that Pittsburgh was going to look to be very aggressive and try to put some pressure on this rookie keeper. And it just hasn't happened.
I think this team that's out there right now for the City Islanders is just built so much for speed. And I think the speed has maybe stunned Pittsburgh just a little bit.
I'm not so sure you're wrong about that, Gary. I think that that's a point well made. Here's a good opportunity.
Oh, and then kicked across the touchline to get it out of there.
Well defended.
But yeah, I think the speed, the amount of speed they put on the field here tonight has caught Pittsburgh, I think, a little bit off guard. Again, it's hard to say because they know the players, obviously, for the City Islanders, but the combination of those players out there and the extra speed that Coach Bill Betcher has put on the field here tonight has certainly resulted at least in some pretty good possession time.
They've controlled the ball, and when they haven't controlled the ball, they've broken up Pittsburgh's attack, which is what you really want to do. They haven't created the scoring opportunities that they would have liked, but you're hopeful that that will come.
And what they've managed to do tonight is to stay on the offensive and keep the pressure away from Sean Lewis in his first start here in goalkeep tonight.
They've protected him well.
The way they protected him has basically been by attacking constantly.
A good offense is a good defense.
That's what they say, and it's another saying, when you have the ball, the other team doesn't. It's a double team down. It's going to be a foul on the Islanders, and there's Herzog getting double teamed, and there it was wide, and that was a little bit more dangerous than you like to see.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure that Lewis was in the position he wanted to be in on that. Came out to cut off the angle, and I think got overplayed a little bit there.
That was a good look there by Romeo Parks for Pittsburgh. Just in there in the second half. Did they get him for offsides on that before the shot was even up?
I didn't see the flag, but it looked like that's what they called.
Okay, here's Mendoza. Mendoza keeping his man bottled up there for a second. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell's going to zing it out of there. And a long kick downfield. McLaws will track it down. McLaws will take it all the way back to Lewis. Lewis off the side of his foot, across the touchline. And Pittsburgh very quickly will pick it up. There's Kevin Kerr, one of the 2 goal scorers for this team, in position there. Good head out of there by Neshanian. Again, Dabo headed it upfield, trying to get it to Wilson. Wilson 1 step away from taking it. Kerr has it again. Push back near side of Mendoza's going to come up a little lame on that one.
Yeah, the pass went to the space he was supposed to occupy, but he was holding his hamstring. So
Stephen Akai to Kerr, back to Akai, swings far side. First time all night you've actually seen Pittsburgh kind of getting set up here in anything. There's Thomas, and ball's going to go over to the City Islanders. As Hollingsworth says, I'll take it a while and then I'll kick it back to you. Okay, Hollingsworth wanted to be in on the play for the City Islanders there. So here's McLaws being chased down here. Neshanian. Ribeiro. Up it goes. Dabo in the middle controlling. Actually, it's Paul Wilson. And is that going to be off the City Islanders? No, it'll stay with them. Coming into Attaby. Olaby, excuse me. Calvano to the middle. Dabo again. Nice pass to Wilson. Wilson was sitting right there in that little slot. Far side to Mendoza. They are really well organized tonight on their passing.
They really are.
This might be the best passing game I've seen the City Islanders have in 2 years.
And Pittsburgh has really pulled its defense back a little bit, Gary, recognizing the fact that Harrisburg is threatening. And this match is going to shape up very nicely for Harrisburg, I think, as we come down into the deeper parts of it. They have played well here, controlled the action, and done exactly what they wanted to do, and have really taken away the Pittsburgh game.
Ribeiro was trying to touch pass it off to Wilson down there, and Wilson apparently not on the same page as Ribeiro was. Olaby controlling it to Mendoza. Here goes Mendoza, a little room to run. Mendoza's going to kick
outside. That's
near
where
side.
he wanted to go.
Got McLaws a chance to set it up in the middle, and booted back out of there nicely by Pittsburgh on the defense, but back on it again is Olaby. And across the line it goes. So Harrisburg continues to keep the heat on Pittsburgh. You just almost feel like it's a matter of time before they break through here.
Yeah, and they've penned them in very effectively. Good compact defense, breaking up the attack and counterattacking consistently.
Lots of good ground passing here tonight. There's Calvano swinging it all the way across.
Nicely delivered.
Here comes Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson, one man to beat, gets taken down there. Good takeaway. Herzog with it. Herzog with some pretty good moves. Taken back though. Olaby puts it ahead, trying to get Mendoza. Mendoza has a shot coming up.
That should be.
Good job by McLaws of sealing off there. Now you got a man with one-on-one move coming down. That was Romeo Parks there. So he'll be hit from behind. In the 60th minute of this match, 0-0, nothing, 0-0, whatever way you want to look at it, there's no score. Here's Olaby. Ribeiro gets drilled from behind. One thing I like about Olabi, he really sets up his players well. He's got good rhythm to the game, doesn't he?
He really does. And this is good chemistry on the field right now, Gary.
Everybody seems to be working together pretty well. Of course, you're missing Wheeler and, of course, Cardell Bembo, both injured in the first half. And hopefully Bembo is nothing more than maybe just a pull in that hamstring.
Bembo's going to be all right, and Wheeler was just taken out more as a precaution, probably not feeling well. No serious injury to him.
Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XMFC Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XMFC.
So Mitchell belts it out of there. It'll be headed across the touchline by Calvano. So Pittsburgh into City Island territory for one of their rare forays in there, I might add. There's your kick. Lewis perfectly placed. Looks like Pittsburgh came out the second half and just wanted to kind of get juiced up a little bit, and the Islanders have just come back, and that speed has been the constant.
Never materialized, Gary. That was clearly the game plan, and just never got underway. And City Island has broken it up, and they've used their short passing game very effectively and are still looking to create true scoring opportunities, but I think they're going to come.
So here comes Thomas with the throw-in. And to Paul Wilson it comes. Back to Thomas. Thomas moves to the corner. Thomas going to get a chance to set up here off the defense. Headed up in the air. We're going to get a corner kick right here. Number 4 on the night for the City Islanders. So again, the pressure continues by the Islanders, and you just kind of feel like they've got to kind of punch through here one of these times. So a corner, and it's going to be Wilson and Mendoza down there. Mendoza will take it. Mendoza has a good high corner kick that hooks right into the goal here, so watch. There's the highness of it. Oh, is it in? And Mitchell managed to keep the ball out in front of the net, but that was a perfect kick by Mendoza.
Well delivered, and that had danger written on top of it 5 different ways.
Much better job with the set pieces
to see that
tonight.
on the replay.
Here's Abuku. Good fake there. Abuku trying to find somebody. Take it right now to Calvano, who finds Dabo in the middle. Dabo back near side to McLaws. Now back to Dabo. To Olabi. Olabi swings it far side. Looking for Nishanian over there. And now Thomas. Thomas says, we'll get back here and start it all over again. And the big foot out of there by Lewis. The wind is definitely picking up here on the second deck right now. Although you look at the flags out there, you don't see very much. You look at Nishanian and Calvano back there. They look like the same guy too, don't they?
They really do. It's
Nishanian is 6'2", and of course Calvano is 6'2", so they're the same size. Ball to Kevin Kerr in the middle for Pittsburgh. Might be the most space we've seen anybody have on a pass tonight, right now. Kerr trying to figure out somewhere to go with it, and the defense really packed in the middle there for a moment.
Very compact, Gary, which is where you want to be. They're marking tightly, and they're using, really good sense on all these balls.
Shanian getting over. Good job there by McLaws. He hit it across the touchline. Inbounded by Herzog very quickly to Kerr, his running partner. To the far side it goes from Hollingsworth. A little more space right now for Pittsburgh to move than there has been thus far in the game. Sliding kick downfield. Backing it up. Paul Wilson tracking down there, doing a good job of marking. Now they'll send it back to the goalkeeper. Mitchell, the goalkeeper, boots it out of there. Good head out of there by Nishanian. Down the near side it comes. And controlled again by Pittsburgh. We're in the 66th minute of this one. No score. And I think Lewis called him off right there.
Yeah.
It looked like Calvano and Nishady were there, and Lewis saw the space and said, okay, I think I got this one.
You saw Pittsburgh's control the ball there, Gary, but the possession was all not even into the midfield, but in their own end. So, I mean, Harrisburg has really penned them in. Some very tight defense. The back four has looked very, very solid. But the midfielders are breaking up Pittsburgh consistently.
Olabi to McLaws. Back it comes to Wilson. Wilson crosses over. Wilson gets taken down right there, and it's going to be City Islanders' ball. Paul Wilson, who burst on the scene last year here for the City Islanders. See him right there. It's where it's going to be not a whole lot of push, but just enough. So now Olabi, we saw what he could do the other night, but he's not going to be the one to take this one. Calvano does instead to McLaws. McLaws, good fake. McLaws, middle, looking for, looked like he was trying to maybe get to Ribeiro. Here's Mendoza. Did he earn a corner? He certainly did. Oh, no, they're going to say goal kick. Goal kick coming out. Johnny Mendoza, who scored the tying goal against Charleston the other night under a minute to go in this one, as he just basically bulldozed it into the left side of the net here. Oh man, Mendoza gets taken down there and no call.
They're letting him play.
Yes, they are. Good lead here for Ribeiro. Ribeiro.
Very nice throw.
The City Islanders choose Select Physical Therapy, and so can you. For more information, visit selectphysicaltherapy.com or call 717.
They got some numbers right here. Olabi dumps one off. Paul Wilson looking to try to get something. He gets it off Mendoza's head. Can Mendoza track it down? Put way up in the air right here. And across the touchline, belongs to City Island. In the 68th minute now, Dabo to McLaws. McLaws, good lead here for Wilson. Wilson punches it up in the air. Nobody home far side. It looked like he was trying to.
Looking for two attackers coming through there.
Yeah. Trying to see who's on the far side coming in there. Was that Obuku?
Not bad delivery.
Yep, it was Obuku coming in on the far side.
Ribeiro got screened on that play, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, Obuku was coming down the far side there. Just was about 3 steps away from catching up to that. Paul Wilson delivers that little pop-up pass probably as well as anybody out there. Kerr, little operating room here. First time all night. Here's Herzog. Swings it back out. Good recovery defensively here by City Islanders. They have to kind of punch it back out again and reset. Little chip. And Sean Lewis had it played perfectly, just couldn't hang on to it. So it's going to be a corner kick here, the 4th of the night now coming up for the Riverhounds.
Corner kick for the Riverhounds.
So
Substitution entering the game for the Riverhounds.
Connor Maloney
Number 37.
from Harrisburg coming in here. He's a local product for Pittsburgh. Checking in and replacing number 25, Marshall Hollingsworth. So Maloney in for the first time here tonight. Big hook here. Ball high in the air, but will be headed out. And it'll be another corner kick, and this is corner kick number 5 now. So Connor Maloney in there tonight, a local product, playing for Pittsburgh, as Kerr will head off to the corner to take the corner kick. Flat one this time. Dabo races out. Kerr gets it. Akai. And it's offside, so the ball belonged to City Islanders. Game flying by right now in the 71st minute. So Sean Lewis will do the honors here. And Lewis he was looking for Ribeiro. And Lewis says, I'll just take care of that myself. Thank you very much. And we'll get that out of play here. Here's Herzog to throw it in. Now let's say a little further up, please. So Herzog swings it back. All the way it comes across the foot of Joe Greenspan. Here's Kerr. Kerr with a flat one. And nailed out of there by Nishanian. Nishanian in perfect position again. Here's Dabo. Dabo with some room to run. He's got Paul Wilson, but he's going to short pass it there. Keeps it alive for a moment. Back it comes. Picked up near side by Ben Fitzpatrick. And you got a man down over on the far side for Pittsburgh. Is that Washington?
Can't see a number.
Yeah, it's Washington down for Pittsburgh. Taylor Washington. Boy, whatever it is, it stings right now. Hey, fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on SiriusXM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget SiriusXM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. And soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor for the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And you can strike gold with the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. You could scratch your way to $1 million with $1 Million Gold Rush. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Americans every single day. Gary Sutton and Charlie Giroux with you here, and the whole Invicta crew, and Chad Edwards, our producer tonight, as we are happy to be bringing you this USL soccer matchup here at FMB Field in Harrisburg. It's still 0-0. We're in the 74th minute of play. And Harrisburg has controlled the game for the most part.
They have, Gary. They have executed their game plan just about to perfection in terms of what they wanted to accomplish, other than creating true scoring opportunities and getting shots on frame. I think they're still only at 1 for the game.
That ball is going to be back in for City Islanders right here. And there's Mendoza, and Mendoza is pushed. And it's going to be a goal kick, though.
He's pleading for a corner, but he's not going to get it.
Goal kick, Pittsburgh. City Islanders fans need an assist to make your health.
Bucci Opinwa down there with the good defensive play for Pittsburgh.
That's living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Blue Shield.
So Mitchell clears it. There goes Paul Wilson with it. Brings it back to Thomas. Off to Olibi. Olibi, rather. Looking for Herzog in the middle. Taken back again by
and again, the attack broken up there, Gary. Yep. I mean, this has been the Harrisburg game tonight, and it's worked very effectively.
Rashid Olibi in there again. And now McLaws sends it back to Calvano. Double team there in the middle, and taken down is Olibi. Got a little room to run right here. It's the local product. Connor Maloney has it. Sends it out ahead. Marked well right there by McLaws. McLaws stays over in the corner. Johnny Mendoza peeling back. Got a little flick play ahead. Look out here, right out in front. Nobody at home on the far side, though, as Thomas gets it, and Thomas starts the attack down the left side. Looking out ahead for Ribeiro. Here comes Wilson.
give some stuff away, shall we? The winner of the Tweet Your Seat contest is Stephen Moyer.
So near side it comes to Ben Fitzpatrick. Swings it on back to Akai. He'll take it across the other side for Pittsburgh.
We'd also like to thank Facebook fans for liking our page. Our Facebook
back it comes, Akai looking middle, trying to get Kevin Kerr, does. Headed out of there by Nashadian. Mendoza. Little ground pass down there for McLaws. Mendoza fouls it up, keeps on coming. Mendoza right to Ribeiro. Good hustle down there and holding the knee. Is that Thomas? Jamie Thomas coming down there and holding the knee on the ground. He is in some pain again, but he's going to get back up. You can see why. Maloney came sliding in there and took him out pretty good.
It's a real takedown.
So Thomas, no worse for wear. On the far side, he'll put it in play. We're in the 77th minute here of this game, this match. Wilson going to give it back to Thomas. Thomas. Pittsburgh's defense has been very, very good tonight, as has the City Islanders. Chip ahead. Calvano comes on back and good smart play to Lewis. Just a little over the top there from Lewis that time. So he was looking for McLaws. Shanian swings it on back. So the ball will be put back in play here by the Riverhounds' Ben Fitzpatrick as he throws it in and takes it back himself. Far side, Pittsburgh trying to get something going here. Akai to Kerr. Kerr swings it. Again, it's Deshanian right there in the middle every single time. Near side it comes. Got a Johnny Mendoza, a little room to run. He'll dump it off to McLaws. Mendoza will take his place down the right side. Back it comes. Full of BEA. Here he goes. One of those rocket shots again, and he let it fly.
Beautiful
He had it lined up. You could almost sense it coming.
He lined that up, and it was the perfect strike, Gary.
Olabi, what a shot. I mean, take a look at this. This is very reminiscent of what he did the other night, just a little bit lower, and I'll tell you what, that was it. Mitchell doesn't get his hands up on that one. It is in. So the 5th corner of the night, both teams with 5 corners in this one. And Mendoza gets a look right here in the 79th minute. Can they hook up on this corner? Good flat look across, headed out of there. Take it again, right back at it. This one's going to be a little bit high.
But that's really what you want in that situation, Gary. The ball's delivered in pretty well, comes right back out. You got the supporting attack there. It's a pretty good shot.
Oh, Puku showed you some pretty good velocity there for just stopping it and hitting it.
Struck it well, and keep taking those shots. Sooner or later, you'll hit goal.
A lot of fans down there near the scoreboard bar tonight. So out it comes one more time. Taken there again. It's Wilson. Wilson bringing it down. Wilson's going to stop. Looked like his shirt almost got torn off on that one. Here's Olabi. Near side it comes to McLaws. Little chip shot over the top. Was looking for Ribeiro, it looked like.
And again, Harrisburg possessing the ball in contested situations, Gary, which has been the key to their effort tonight.
I mean, you can see the whole process here this evening, and it's been a directed effort all night long. They know where they want to go with it. They make good passes, just not able to finalize that last one to bring them home. To the middle it comes to Akai. Akai off to Herzog. Herzog trying to hunt something here. Being marked right there by Nashanian. Popped up in the middle. Dangerous moment here. Look out. And then off the side of the foot from Pittsburgh. As lining up that time was Ben Fitzpatrick.
But really nothing, Gary.
No. See a nice little chat going on down the field there with Romeo Parks and Nashanian rolling back up.
Yeah, things between these two sides over the years have been a little chippy. So
doesn't seem so much
no,
so
not
tonight.
tonight. It's a little surprising that, not surprising though, that you get a little chatter every once in a while.
Nashanian far side looking for Wilson. There again, a little push down that time and taken away
here's
by
a pretty good
Olivi.
run.
Here comes Olivi again, trying to get it in there, trying to get it inside to Ribeiro. And it'll be sent out of bounds. And again, it's City Islanders back on the gas pedal. Thomas to Wilson. Wilson has it taken away off a great double team by Pittsburgh. Little chip ahead. Look out here. Romeo Parks trying to catch up to it. Parks. Good fake here. Kerr off to Herzog. Back to Fitzpatrick. Look out here. And a good job of keeping it off the middle, but a corner kick earned instead. 6th corner kick. Nice job by McLaws there of making sure he didn't get to turn the corner. But a dangerous moment there for the City Islanders.
Yeah.
So here's the corner. Good hook this time. Good head out of there by Thomas. And then Mendoza. Mendoza trying to get something going with Wilson. Wilson getting out ahead. Mendoza takes it far side. Slant has Wilson. And you can see the shirt being held on the back there. Olabi gets taken down and a nice tackle. Kerr punched the head. Good call by the official. Said that wasn't really a nice tackle, and Olabi says, no, it wasn't. Look at that glare. Hey, he could stare down bricks with that, huh? I like that.
Non-verbal communication.
There's a basketball player named Sidney Wicks who used to play for UCLA and had one of the greatest glares you ever saw in your life, and it was very similar to what you just saw from Olabi.
That famous front line with Curtis Rowe.
Yes. A guy named Bill Walton for a while. Back it comes. Woo. And a good job of going up hard for it. No one's ever going to blame Jamie Thomas rather, for lack of effort. Man, I'll tell you what, he'll climb mountains to try to get a goal.
And he's all over the field.
Yes, he is.
Position interchange is about as good as it gets. He's hustling all the time, and a mainstay on that.
There's Olabi. Swings it near side. He's got McLaws over there. Talk about steady players every night. How about Sean McLaws?
Yeah, I mean, the back four here have really been exceptional. And the two outside backs, Thomas and McLaws, have for years been great defenders and guys that really made it happen. And then, as you say, Calvano and Nashanian in the middle of that back line, anchors on the defense and really protecting a rookie goalkeeper.
Okay, so new player in now for Pittsburgh. It'll be Siobhan Welsh. So we're at the 85th minute now as we close in toward the end of regulation time. Nice job by Nashanian, who just kind of staying calm. You know, Nashanian doesn't look like he ever really rushes on anything, does he?
No.
Just turns
very
in the
steady,
right play.
Very steady, in control. And as we said, the anchor of that back middle.
Yeah, there's a real calmness to that back middle this year that perhaps was missing at times before. Here's Kerr. Kerr swinging far side. Pittsburgh just never has really been in sync offensively here tonight, and you have to give a lot of credit to the defense of the City Islanders for that.
Yeah, their defense has worked very, very well. We commented on that throughout the evening, Gary, and 0-0 here with under 5 to go in regulation says it all.
Just saw Paul Wilson as an example why their offense hasn't been doing well. They're having to pass sooner than they want to. They're not able to hook up on passes. The quickness getting to the ball defensively for the City Islanders tonight has been really, really good. And the anticipation, like right there.
One more time.
Ribeiro dumps it off. Here comes Kevin Kerr. He's got a little room to operate for a change. Off to Herzog. Lead scorer for this team at 5 goals. Has seen very little of the ball tonight, though, so far. And it doesn't look like the Islanders have really done a whole lot special to him. Oh, and there you go. Swing far side by Romeo Parks. And Parks is, if you look at Herzog, Herzog standing in the middle saying, I was wide open, give it to me. See the hand? Big frustration from Corey Herzog because Parks took a swing. Now watch this. Watch where Parks swings this way. He's got 2-on-1. You got Herzog wide open right there. And Parks swings it, and Herzog is furious. He's telling Parks about it.
Now we have a bad angle here, Guy, but I also wonder why a flag didn't go up on that far side. Yeah, that sure looked like he had left early.
Good head out by Thomas. Nishanian. Picked off here Mendoza. Just missing his pass here, and there's Kerr again. To the middle. And nice job again by Calvano. I mean, the communication back there is really, really good for the defense. Just directing of the headshots there. Well done. There's that flat, hard kick. Right on Ribeiro. Perfectly placed by Sean Lewis. Opoku is going to dump it off right here. I think to McLaws. Nope. Decides to go back to the middle. And then takes maybe not the most well-advised kick.
Yeah, that really wasn't what they were looking for. And there was space to the outside, Gary. I think if he had pushed it out to the near touch line, it would have been a little bit better opportunity.
Mitchell.
They want to press a little bit at this point in the match, but maybe that was a little bit too much.
Exactly. So minute number 88 right now. Calvano. Thomas. Good hookup. Needed to get it to Ribeiro there. Akai takes it across. Herzog. Back out to Akai again. To Kerr. Herzog brings it across near side. Watch this. Fitzpatrick. And great job by Lewis right in front and stays on it.
Sang a little prayer there.
A little extra meditation after that stop. There was a good fake by Fitzpatrick coming through, and he had wide open space. It was just he and Lewis said, thank you very much. Give Lewis some credit tonight. His first start, he's looked pretty good. They've kept the heat off him for the most part this evening. There's Wilson.
Yeah, yes, he's played well, Gary. Only one notable mistake, and it didn't cost them.
No, and it was
he mishandled the shot and gave up a corner, and then another corner right after that as a result, but ultimately didn't make that much difference.
There's Dabo fighting his way through. Good job by McLaws again. McLaws just kicking it downfield, trying to find somebody. Ribeiro, hopefully.
Final minute of regulation, Gary.
Look out here. Herzog just misses the outside.
He wants that one back.
Yeah, he does.
He really does.
But I'll tell you what, Lewis did a great job of coming out and forcing the play.
He did. Came out to not only cut off the angle, but also, as you say, force him to take a shot that he really didn't want to take.
And take a shot from much further out than he wanted to take it. Herzog was licking his chops on that one. He saw number 6. Instead, it's a goal kick coming out here. We're in the final minute of regulation play right now. In fact, about the final 15 seconds. Should not be a lot of stoppage time, should there?
Not a lot. I'd say 2 or 3 minutes at the most.
It'd be nice to see if the Islanders can get one here. 2 minutes stoppage time. So let's see what the Islanders can do right here. And they get a good set piece coming up. Well, the Islanders had a little magic the other night in stoppage time. Let's see if they can find it here again tonight, as Paul Wilson will line this one up dead in the middle of the field. Trying to find a little City Islander magic again. Hard move and just right. Boy, that had some vapor trail on it.
Had some mustard on that one, Gary. And Saturday night, they're hoping a little bit of a precursor to what goes on here in stoppage tonight. 2 minutes of stoppage time, not a great deal, but Harrisburg pressed it as well as you can on Saturday night. They're looking to do it again tonight.
And they really are. You know, the key here is also, even if you end up in a draw in this game, you're scoring points every game, and that's kind of what you want to do.
Yeah, if you're walking away with points at every match, you're pretty good, but you'd far rather have 3 than 1.
Absolutely, no question about it. You know, just about every other sport you say a tie is like kissing your sister, but in this one, ties mean something. Okay, here's Dabo. Across it comes to Thomas. Going to get one more good offensive mount here. Johnny Mendoza's got it. Mendoza, back it comes to Thomas. Thomas flicks it ahead downfield, no one at home. Took it in the back door and no one was guarding it. So here comes Pittsburgh.
Really winding down here, guy. This is where their short field defense is really going to have to come into play.
You got to watch yourself here right now. And that'll be it. 0-0 here tonight, as the Islanders not able to score, but they also kept the Pittsburgh Riverhounds off the board as well. This is one of those games tonight where you feel like the Islanders controlled it the whole way. Don't walk away with the win that they have cherished, but they do walk away with a good effort here. Nothing tonight, as both teams exchanging handshakes on the field. Well-fought game.
Against a very good Pittsburgh side, guy. Let's be, one of the leaders in the league. Harrisburg came in here tonight looking to pick up a win. Played well enough to get a win. Ended up with a 0-0 tie. They're still going to have to find a way, though, Gary, to put scores on the board. Shots on frame, opportunities to hit the back of the net.
So both teams exchanging handshakes in the middle of the field and looking to fight another day. And the next time they'll see this Pittsburgh team will be coming up later on Saturday, August 12th, and that will be here again at FMB Field. So still another game to play with Pittsburgh. There's your match stats for tonight. You take a look. As even as you can get, Charlie. Pittsburgh having a little bit the better of it. 11 shots to 10 for the City Islanders. 5 shots on target to 3. Look at the possession tonight, 55% to 45%. 2 yellow cards tonight, no red cards. A well-played game here tonight, and I think this quick team that Bill Betcher put on the field tonight maybe portends well for the future here for this club. As you saw, I think you mentioned it earlier, a real chemistry here tonight for the City Islanders.
And he has to be happy with their execution of his game plan. They did pretty much exactly what he said they were going to do. Any coach has to be happy when that's occurring. But ultimately, you got to score if you want to win.
Well, we've had a lot of fun here tonight. The next time that the Islanders will be back in action will be against Bethlehem Steel, and that'll be on Sunday, May 28th, this coming Sunday, and then they're back in action again on June 10th at Ottawa against the Ottawa Fury. Saturday, June 17th, they'll be at the Charlotte Independence, a big match there as well. And then they'll be back home here on June 20th against Bethlehem Steel. That'll be a 5 o'clock game. That's on Tuesday, June 20th. And then 7 p.m. on Saturday, June 24th against Louisville City FC. A good stretch of games coming up here and a good chance for the Islanders to really make some hay. They look like a much better team right now, and they're playing well together. Thanks to all of you tonight for joining us here. Thanks to Maddie for giving us all the stats up here on the deck. We appreciate all the work she's done. Thank you to Patrice and all the information she gives to us. Thank you to Chad Edwards and the Invicta crew, to Charlie Giroux, the best of the business here as far as color commentary tonight, and to all of you for watching. I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great evening again. Harrisburg and Pittsburgh, nothing tonight. Thank you for watching USL Soccer on Invicta.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.